Hello, welcome to the award offer and financial aid information tutorial. I have already logged into the WVU portal, and if you have any trouble getting to this point, please refer to login.wvu.edu for assistance in resetting your password or claiming your WVU login credentials. On the home screen in your WVU portal, click on the Financial Aid Information button. On the following screen, select the award year in the top right-hand corner of your screen and click on the Award Offer tab. Here, you can view your estimated cost of attendance broken up into billable and non-billable items or costs, and estimated financial aid such as grants and scholarships to pay for college, loan options, and other resources. Estimated billable costs are items that may appear as charges from WVU, things like tuition, fees, and student insurance. Estimated tuition and fees includes university tuition, university fees, and college tuition that you may have based on your program of study. Estimated non-billable items are educational expenses you may have while pursuing your degree that may not be billed by WVU. Things like personal expenses, transportation, or books and supplies, for example. Some types of charges, such as room and meals, will appear in both sections, but the amount charged will only appear in the appropriate section depending on the decisions made by the student. If the student is anticipated to live on campus and has a meal plan, they will see the values for housing and meals fall under their billable costs. Whereas those who are anticipated to live off campus and do not have a meal plan would see those charges listed under the non-billable items section. If you have gift aid, the next section you may see would be the grants and scholarships to pay for college. There, you may see a list of all the gift aid you were offered. Gift aid refers to financial aid that usually does not need to be paid back. This is also where you can accept or decline this aid. Please keep in mind that if you are still considering attending other colleges or universities, you can still accept this aid and it will not be seen as a commitment to attend WVU. Accepting it will only ensure that the aid is ready to pay towards your charges when the time comes if you do end up attending WVU, and it's one less thing to do later. Also, please note that the amounts listed are in order from left to right of how much of each type of aid will pay towards your charges each semester, with the total amount for the year listed in the far right column. Accepting this aid will mean that the total value will pay towards your charges in 2 installments, for fall and for spring. The next section will be the net cost section, which will show you your total estimated cost of attendance, billable and non-billable costs, minus your grants and scholarships. If you are not receiving gift aid, this would just be your total estimated cost of attendance. This will not be your billed amount. This is simply the estimated overall educational expenses you may have over the course of an academic year at WVU. If you want to calculate what your estimated bill to the university might be for the semester, simply take your estimated billable costs from your financial aid offer on this screen and subtract the financial aid that you plan to accept from your aid offer. You should also subtract any other anticipated payments from other resources. Those would fall at the bottom of the screen, and I will touch on those in a moment. If you have federal work study, do not include that as an anticipated payment. Students earn work study funds as a paycheck while working part-time throughout the semester, based on hours worked. As such, those funds do not disperse as payment to their bill. As noted earlier, your charges will be calculated for each semester, but not for the whole year. So, for the majority of students, the net cost number will be reflective of fall and spring attendance unless they have previously informed the WVU Hub that they will only be attending one semester or are anticipated to graduate in the fall. For students who have been offered federal work study, they will see a section for that as well. Federal work study funds are those that a student works to earn at a work study job. These funds will be broken down by semester and will show the total amount that you can earn. As I mentioned earlier, money earned from a work-study position comes to the student in the form of a paycheck and is expected to be used towards non-billable costs. This student has not made a decision on their offer yet, but when they are ready to do so, they can submit by clicking on the drop-down next to that type of aid and select either accept, decline, or modify. If you would like to accept a partial amount, you can select the modify option. This will show a new window where you can input the amount that you would like to accept. The following section may show any loans that have been offered to you and the amounts broken down by semester and the total values in the far right-hand column. You can accept or decline this aid the same way as the grants and scholarships, and it will not be a commitment to attend. You can also accept a partial amount of the loan if you do not wish to borrow the full amount you are offered. It is recommended that if you do not need the total amount offered, to accept the partial value to assist in lessening your student loan debt after you are no longer attending WVU. If you later change your mind on your aid decisions, you can always contact the WVU Hub to request adjustments. Once you have made your decisions on your offered aid, you can click the Submit button towards the bottom of your screen to submit your choices. The amount of loan aid will not show as subtracted from the overall net cost amount, but this can be estimated by subtracting the total amount of the accepted loan or loans from the net cost value. The last section on the screen will be the Other Resources section. Here is where you will find any waivers, third-party sponsors, external scholarships that have been reported to the WVU Hub, or other types of financial assistance that you may have on your account. Students who are awarded scholarships from outside WVU should contact the WVU Hub and provide a copy of the official award notification to ensure that your award information is accurate and up to date. If you have any questions about what you are seeing on this screen, please contact the WVU Hub for assistance.